Good afternoon, and welcome to the Federation's daily live stream on Facebook. Today is MassPAC Monday. I'm so lucky that MassPAC and Monday both begin with the letter M, so I start the week off every week here at the Federation. Here we are, just settling into new news. Last Tuesday, the governor in Massachusetts declared that schools will remain closed until the end of the school year. So this is a change for us, an adjustment, the new normal. And here we are trying to figure it all out. So while schools are closed, SEPACs are open. SEPACs, the Special Education Parent Advisory Councils, are public bodies. They're advisors to the school committee. They provide input on matters of special education, and they should be open. They should be functioning. And we have seen SEPACs in our state do a great job about communicating all of these changes to their members and to members in their community, talking about ways that families can connect to the schools, to find out about their remote learning plans, and all of the things that should be happening right now. But I also think that SEPACs need to start to consider, since we're in this new normal, how they can be meeting. The state has revised its open meeting law to allow SEPACs to meet remotely. They can meet under adequate alternative means is the legal language. In other words, you can use an online platform such as Zoom or GoToMeeting or a Google Hangout. I think SEPAC should probably talk to their school district as to what platforms would be appropriate for this public body, to talk to the school district as to is there a way for these groups to access the platforms that the school is using and how that can happen. We know that a SEPAC can always sign up for a free Google membership, either Google or a Zoom membership, and get access to a platform and start to transmit information in a formal meeting. But I think they should kind of start with the school district and get a sense of what would be appropriate for that school. So you just need to make sure that it is a platform that is accessible to all. In your meeting notice, which you still have to post 48 hours in advance, let people know exactly how they can participate remotely, the specific information on how to access. And we all know that some of these platforms have been compromised, so that do you want to set it up with a password or some way for people to get in? And we don't want to share that password in all of the social media platforms. So there is some structure that you need to set up to make sure that you have a safe place to meet. It is public, it is accessible, and that you will have this meeting. Anything that you do in the meeting, you follow your agenda that's been posted, but you have more of a formal roll call vote, and that is documented in the minutes that are kept for that meeting. I think a best practice is probably to let everyone know that you're going to record the meeting, and then you can post it at another time or in another platform. I've seen on some of the SEPAC Facebook pages that they have done this. They've started. The first time, sometimes they're a little bumpy, but they've been able to share the recording of the meeting. And I think for a lot of SEPACs, they might find that a lot of more parents can participate through a remote platform. They can stay and provide childcare for their own children in their own homes and now access the meeting. So maybe this is something that we will move forward with it as a new option for SEPACs, is to have remote access meetings to allow more people to participate, to hear what's going on, to start to share some of their concerns in these types of online platforms. I think it's all good, but it's something I think you have to practice and try. I was trying to access SEPAC's meeting the other day. They're having a shared meeting. I think it's always good to involve school districts in your meetings and have them be available for comment and questions. And it was difficult to get on, and it was frustrating for all those people. You could see in the social media on Facebook, the chatter, that people were trying to put in the password and it wasn't working. So it's something we have to practice and get it going and make this a real viable option for CPACs. I've had a lot of questions about CPAC elections, which happen in the spring. A lot of them have it in their bylaws that in May and June they will hold elections. And I don't really have a great answer. All of the CPACs in the state are governed by local bylaws. And if your bylaws state that you'll have an election, you can use this remote participation option to hold an election, or you can decide as a group that you want to postpone. It just depends on what the community, the CPAC community, is able to do at the time and what they feel is the best practice. There might be able to have some type of a mail-in ballot or an online ballot. And once again, it's a good idea to talk to your school district to see if there's some options that might be able to be put onto the school district website, or that the school district would share your ballot or your notices of elections and options to nominate through their system, because they have access to all of the families' emails. So it's something you're going to have to work out. It's not imperative that you hold an election, but you can move your CPAC forward during this time, and you may have more participation as a result. So anything you decide to do, it's first governed by the bylaws. And if for some reason you want to postpone elections to the fall, then I would suggest that you move forward in a formal manner to state that during this time of state and national emergency that you're going to revise or amend the bylaws for this time period and hold elections in the fall. So that's something that I think CPAC should be discussing in an open platform at one of these open online meetings. So there's lots of ways that CPACs can stay open, provide support, have a support group using the online platforms. And I guess we're all going to become experts in Zoom and Facebook live stream by the end of all of this. So what's happening at the Federation? We have a survey that is a follow-up to our prior survey to ask people how are things going during this time of school closure? What's your remote learning plans looking like? And do you feel like your student is accessing them? And this is all really important information that we'd like some feedback on. Our first survey said that at the time, 75% of the respondents, and there were over 1,000 people that responded, were not receiving specialized services. And that was very concerning, and we shared that with the Department of Education here in Massachusetts. So we'd love you to take this survey again to kind of give us a status as to where we are right now. We're coming out of April school break, and hopefully you are accessing individualized remote learning for your special ed student. That's so important, and we'd like to hear how's it going. The other thing that we have is a new initiative at the Federation is to celebrate all of the students who would be graduating this spring, the 2020 grads. They're not having their normal celebration, graduation ceremony, and we thought, wow, what can we do? And we'd love to have a showcase of all of these students. So if you follow the link, it's been in a prior Facebook post, to share your students' photo and maybe their senior quote and some information about them so we can celebrate their accomplishments during this time in a different platform. It's all about trying to look forward and celebrate and to do what we can during the time that we're have school closures. And I also think you should probably, because it's Monday and we need to get through a rainy, cold week, is what do we have to look forward to this week? Try to set you or your family or your student a goal of something to look forward to. Remote learning isn't easy. Maybe there's kind of an incentive to help your student get through all of this, to access the information. I know in my family, our local drive-through ice cream store is opening on Friday, May 1st, and I probably won't be there Friday, but I'll probably be there over the weekend. Something to look forward to, something to celebrate. So hopefully you're doing well and accessing education and all of the opportunities for your student, and please let us know if it's not working. The Federation's call center and online form are there for you to use so we can help you through all of this. And please stay tuned this week, 2 o'clock. Tomorrow is Transition Tuesday, and my colleague Nancy Mader will be going through a transition topic for you. So have a great day. Even though it's raining, please enjoy Monday.